Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome. I want y'all to all hop on and come join us tonight. I'm Bobby with Blessings with a Bow. We're out of League City, Texas. We thank you all for joining us and thank you for liking our Facebook page. It's Blessings with a Bow. Hi, Miss Cheryl. Thank you for hopping on tonight. Welcome. Just to let y'all know that we are going to do a couple wreaths tonight. We're going to work on a mesh wreath and then hopefully have time to still do a grapevine. So welcome each and every one of y'all. Hi, Miss Nancy. While I'm taping the live, I'm also videoing for our new YouTube channel. So thank you guys. We're going to cross dual double work tonight. So hi, Miss Hilda. Hi, Miss Chrissy. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, guys. We're almost to the end of the week. Thank goodness. It has been a long week this week. Welcome you all. Hi, Miss Jan, Miss Cassandra. Welcome. So, just for y'all that are hopping on, we welcome y'all to our page. I did post a couple of new wreaths today. Actually, two new ones, and one that I added a bow to, a little velvet bow to. It's super pretty, a little fall pumpkin wreath. And so we're going to work, the first wreath I'm going to do tonight can be duplicated. This one is sold, and it's going to be a teacher wreath. It's a mesh teacher wreath, and it's going to be school days. So this first one is sold, but it can be duplicated. So if anybody's interested in that, we'll have that as well. Hi, Miss Myra, Miss Cassandra, Miss Styles, Miss Linda, Miss Chrissy, welcome, welcome. I know, everybody's like, are you okay? Yes, I've just been so busy this week, y'all. I've had orders going out, plus I've been working a lot, and it has just been crazy. I had to go to, over to Chad and Emily's Monday night to go over all the stuff for their upcoming fundraiser, so I was up there till like 10 o'clock that night, came home and worked till like 2 o'clock in the morning. Last night, I think it was 3 o'clock when I got to bed. So it has been a long week already, and we still are only on Thursday. And I work this weekend. So crazy times, but very, very blessed. So thank you guys. Hi, Miss Linda. Miss Amanda says she's watching from Niceville, Florida. What a beautiful name. Hi, Miss Phyllis. Thank you, Miss Chrissy. Thank you so much for sprinkling. So the wreath that we're going to do tonight is going to be on an actual wreath form. So this is the wire wreath form. And I'm going to use a 21-inch green mesh for the base. I have a few rolls of this left, and it is not as thick as most of the rolls are, so I can actually put this whole roll on this wreath. This is a 21-inch. Let me see if it tells how many yards are on it. It is 10 yards, so 10 yards, 30 feet. So we're going to put that as our base, and I'm going to mix the primary colors, the green, the orange, the red, and the blue in the mesh. We're going to do the butterfly effect on it, and then we're going to come back and actually add some cute little ribbons. Miss Linda says she's watching from North Carolina. Hi, Miss Jody, Miss Vince. Vince, welcome. Miss Meg, welcome. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually take my 21-inch mesh, and I'm going to open it up here, and then I'm going to crinkle it in and twist tie it onto the actual wreath form. Now while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell y'all some exciting news. So for y'all that have not been able to see my Facebook page, we did get our very first video up on the YouTube channel. So excited about that. So if y'all are following and y'all would like to follow that, I'm trying to keep them around 30-minute videos for YouTube, but of course our lives will be longer most of the time, and then our classes are usually most classes are about an hour to an hour and a half. So my YouTube channel is Blessings with a Bow. The first video went up around 1:30, I think it was Wednesday night. So I'm super, super excited about that. Anxious to see things start moving at least in the right direction. So, and then I was able to get on Pinterest, so got that up and going. It's Blessings with a Bow as well. So y'all be sure, if you're one of these social media people, hop on there and follow us all through there. Hi, Miss Sue, Miss Pamela, Miss Jackie, welcome. Miss Diane, welcome, welcome. So tonight we're working on our mesh wreath. We're going to do that one first. This one is sold as an order. I did do a super cute teacher wreath that I posted on my Facebook page today that is available. Also another fall wreath. It says gather here with grateful hearts. It's very glittery and it's on browns, oranges, and I think that variegated is what I put on there. Hi, Miss Lori. Miss Jackie. So I did list both of the new wreaths on Facebook today, and they already are in the Etsy shop. So for those of y'all that are just joining, if you're actually looking for wreaths, I've got about 75 pieces in there. I listed my first tree topper in there today. It's a red and white. It's for about a 4.5 to 6 foot tree. One-sided, and it's in red and white. It could be used for like a peppermint tree, a snowman tree. It's red, white, silver, and red sparkly. Hi, Miss Vicki. Miss Trish, welcome. Oh, thank you. So glad to be back, Miss Pamela. So glad to be back. So y'all, I don't think this weekend we have any classes listed. I think our first class is back next week. And then we have our bow class next week. Our so Tuesday, I believe, is the tobacco basket class. That's listed on there. We have a bow class Friday night, and then Saturday is our youth tie-dye shirt. So y'all, I'm just excited to teach that class as I am to do one. We went to camping last year at Camp Fimbo, and they had a tie-dye class, and we went down there to take it, and they didn't have any more tie-dye shirts. We were so sad. So this year I'm doing the tie-dye class here, and then the whole group, when we go camping, is going to do one. So I'm so excited about that. Let's see, on a 10-inch wreath. Yes, so Miss Angela, this one is actually 21 inches, but you're still going to measure the same. So 10-inch roll of mesh, 21-inch roll of mesh, you still want to do about the 10-inch segments. Okay, and then you're going to do all of the outside first. My wreath stand is not sitting flat tonight. I've got way too much stuff on my table, but y'all just bear with me. I still have some bows in here from the bow class the other night. As soon as I get my bigger tables freed up, I'm going to put one of my big white tables in here, and I will have so much more room. I'm so excited because I've got to get this work friendly, and right now it's a little crowded for me. So, but it's all going to be good. So I'm doing the base with the 21-inch mesh just because I have several rolls of that I'm trying to get rid of because it's really hard for me to store. But I'm going to add the additional ribbons on there are going to be the 10-inch mesh, and I did those cuts 10 to 11 inches, and then I cut my different ribbons. So I've got some like yardstick ribbon. I've got that. I've got some little they're apples, some apple ribbon, and then I got some polka dots, and then some red, white, and blue. The lady had sent me a picture of what she was kind of wanting, so I matched the ribbons as close as I could, and then I went and got some little tiny apples that will hot glue into the actual ribbons once we get them on. So it's going to be super cute for the school days. So if y'all hear some little grunting, my little English bulldog is down here somewhere. I can hear her. She thinks she's got to be right in here in the business when I'm in here. So if she's out, she wants to be right in here. So we're just going to fluff this around, constantly moving it. For those of you that y'all are interested and new to our page, we welcome you guys. There's also this beautiful stand that I'm working on. Miss Myra's family still selling those and making those. If you're interested in that, you can find Miss Myra on my feed, shoot her a message, or leave your information. You can shoot me a text, and I'll forward it to her. They're sent directly from them. Her son-in-law makes each and every one individually. They're standard, but I mean, he hand makes them. They're not pressed or printed or like makes a bunch of them at a time. He does them individually. So those also are available. And I really love it because it has the adjustable little knob on it. So I can work on all different sizes of wreaths. So I'm just constantly working around here. We're almost around, and whatever's left on my roll, I'm going to go ahead and finish it up on this middle circle here. So hi, Miss Jeannie, Miss Mary, hello, Miss Aleem, welcome. Let's see what Miss Terry's got to say tonight. Yes, you do. You work with all of it basically the same. I heard the other day I was watching Deco Exchange. He was in the warehouse and somebody had asked him, you know, what is the best mesh ribbon to work with? And he said, you know, it depends on what you're doing. The burlaps are really, really good for the flowers. If you're working on those, if you use the economy brand, he said just be careful, like that you're not messing with it too much so it doesn't fray with you. There is a poly mesh. If it's not woven very thin and there's big gaps in between it, y'all, that has a more tendency to fray more. So just be careful when you're working with that, Miss Terry. And sometimes it's just trial and error. So you'll get a roll, you'll work with it, and you're like, I'm never buying that stuff again. So I actually had ordered the wrong stuff through Amazon one time, and it came in. I ended up using it, but I could not use it on the piece that I was wanting it for because it was just absolutely too stiff. So I had to use it on a base instead of my fillers, so that I could cover the majority of it back up. So it just depends on what you're trying to accomplish on which meshes that you actually use. So I've got just a little bit more of this roll left, and I'm going to go ahead and finish it on this inside ring. That way when I get ready to attach my sign, this extra that I'm adding in here will help support that sign so it doesn't sink into the center of this. You're welcome, Miss Terry. Thank you. Now the other day when I was doing the little girl hair bows, I did teach a couple different little bows just for a wreath. Somebody was asking on how to tie a multi-layered bow, so we went ahead and add that into the class. So I do have another fall bow and another patriotic bow with that I'm going to put into the Etsy shop. I just have to measure them to get them in there. So, but I'll show you guys those. I'll have this one. It's a variegated with the turquoise and the orange, like a burnt orange. So I've got this bow that's going to go in there. And I also have this cute red, white, and blue and striped one that will also go in there. So both of these will be listed in the Etsy shop later tonight or first thing in the morning. So if you're looking for either a patriotic or a fall bow, then y'all, these two will be listed in there. Hi, Miss Crystal, welcome. So Miss Lucille says, is there mesh in the shape of a heart? Miss Lucille, the mesh does not come in the shape of a heart. You buy the frames. So you can buy the heart frames and then put the mesh on top of them. And yes, they have all different frames that you can get. You can get heart ones, you can get square ones, you can get round ones, you can get different sizes of the round and the rectangle ones. I've seen them with the little cancer signs, the little loop. There's pumpkin ones that'll come out, the wire frames for that you put the mesh on. So be checking for those too, y'all, because we are going to have a class for the pumpkin in the mesh, but you'll have to find the actual frame to do that. Or you can use, I'll show y'all how to use just a round one to do a pumpkin out of that as well. Oh, Miss Chico, we will be praying for you for sure. Yes, if there is anything y'all ever that I can do for you guys as far as praying for you or your family, please do not ever hesitate to message me. You can instant message me. You can text me on my cell phone, and I will be more than happy to do that, to add y'all to my prayer list. I've had several come through today that I have added. Just let me grab my book real quick so I can keep track of this as we go. Excuse me, I'm going to reach over y'all here just a minute because I left my book in my bag from work. I take it to work with me too everywhere I go. So, I'm going to write this down. Ms. Chico, I'm going to add you to my prayer list. Now, there is a lot of stress on people right now everywhere. A lot of people are going through a lot of things. Several people have had deaths in their family. Several people have had, financial issues or health issues themselves. I know several people on here that has been battling with COVID. Y'all, please do not ever hesitate. You're not ever alone. Don't not feel like you're alone, because you guys can message me. I'm up and down all hours of the night. If I'm up and I see your message, if you need prayer, I will definitely pray for you, and I will add you to my prayer list. And I love to hear the praise reports come through too, because I have had several of those come through also. So I'm going to finish this around to right here, and then I'm not going to put any more on there. I think this actually has a little bit more than that roll I did last night for that other wreath. I just don't want to make it too puffy. The one that I used last night was more of a square, so it was evenly pushed down. This one is more of a rectangle sign, so I don't want it so much that it's not going to be even on there. So I went around exactly twice using this 21-inch mesh on the center ring, and that'll be plenty. There's probably still enough to do like 3 or 4 more loops, but we're going to stop as soon as I do this next one. And then we're just going to cut it off. So you can take your scissors, cut it evenly across your piece. Kind of get an idea where you need it. And then the rest of this I'll roll up and we'll use it for something else. And then I'm going to come through here, loop this last loop, and then the little tiny tail that's going to be left, I'm just going to tuck it behind this piece. Then we're going to tie it in really tight here, taking that little tiny bit of tail and putting it around. Now, because I was able to go 2 loops around here, some of these actual wires that we tied into there are a little short. So I'm going to show y'all how to actually back that tie out and add your extra ribbons on top of it when we're done here, just so that you'll know how to do that if you end up getting them kind of short as well. You could definitely add another pipe cleaner or something like that. We're not going to do that. We're just going to untie it and then twist tie it in there. So I'm going to mix these colors up just a little bit. I had the red and the green together, but I don't want it to look like Christmas. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. Now these are 10-inch cuts of the 10-inch mesh, and I'm rolling them on either end. So you have a roll on either end, and then you crinkle it in the center. Hey, Miss Shannon, happy Thursday to you. Miss Angela, I do not rest very much. I've been this way for years. It's years of working in the hospital, shift work. I'm lucky if I get 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night, and I don't know. That's just me. I just go all the time. So if I'm not doing this, I'm doing something else, or I'm cooking, or I'm cleaning, or laundry, or schoolwork, or whatever. I said if I was one of these people, if I could learn everybody in the world's job, I would want to do that. I love to learn new stuff. And so that's my problem. I've taken on too many different things that I do, So now I just have to go, 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 go all the time. So, but it's okay. I thank God for the strength to do it, and hopefully I'll be able to continue doing it. So I crisscrossed my two pieces, and I call this the butterfly effect. So I roll the two pieces together, put them on top of each other, and then I put my 2.5 inch ribbon. I'm gonna come back across with my 1.5 inch ribbon in the center. And so you crisscross it like this, giving it like a little bit of a butterfly effect, holding everything in the center, and then you'll actually tie this into your actual piece. So I'm gonna start up here on the back side. It doesn't matter where you start. Now for this one, I am mixing and matching. And actually, let me show you, because I put the green on the bottom. The green is going to get drowned out against the green. So I'm going to put the orange down first, and I'm just swapping these. So then I'll be able to see the green accent on there. So because I'm using all the different colors, I've got 4 different colors of mesh, and I've got 4 different ribbons. So I'm going to team them up 2 at a time, 2 colors together. And so I'm going to go every other tie around. Now, if you're using the same colors or the same theme, then you do not have to worry about that. You can just do the same thing all the way around. But because I'm mixing and matching and trying to get as many colors as I can into the piece, then I want to put mix and match them. And so you have to kind of just use the same color scheme around so that it's pretty even. Thank you so much. I also use the same colors, y'all, for a with the puzzle pieces. I'm going to do that. I'm really hoping to get that done this week as well, if not maybe early next week. For an autistic wreath, I have the puzzle pieces. We're going to paint them, and we're going to make our own autism sign. So it's going to be super, super cute. Now on this one, I'm going to do the red, white, and blue, and then I'm going to come back with the apple ribbon on top. So it's a 2.5 inch on the back side, and then the apple print actually has some green on it with the red and the green. So I'm going to put it in the center, crisscrossing it and tying it into the next tie. And then we're just going to work our way around on the outside, alternating every other one. And then we'll come back in on the inside ring. I tried to turn this just a little bit so y'all could see better. Let me see if we got that. And I did not want the orange on here. I wanted the red. I cut the colors different. So I cut the red and the green together, and then I cut the orange and the blue together, so I have to remember to switch them. Good thing I caught that before I did the whole thing that way and then wondered why I was off at the end. Okay, let's see here. Who else has a prayer request tonight? This season we will be praying for y'all too. Miss Shannon, you could teach us something. Okay, Miss Chico, let me just tell you, because my brother had the same thing. There is a medicine, and you can ask the doctor about this medicine. It's called Coreg, C-O-R-E-G. It is an amazing medication. My brother had, when they found his enlarged heart, he had a size of a football. He had the largest heart at the time in Palestine, Texas, where we lived. And the doctor put him on that medication, and his His ejection fraction was, which is actually the functioning amount that your heart does. It's supposed to be like up in the 60s or 70s, and his was like at 19%. So they put him on that medicine. He was on that medicine for many, many, many years, and he did fantastic with it. His heart got back down to normal size. So it's very scary going into it, but just know that God is in control. He's going to line y'all up with the right doctors and get y'all the right medications, and we're going to continue to pray for him. So if I miss somebody else's prayer request on here, y'all, I do go back and read all these at the end, so I will definitely add y'all to the list. Miss Angela says, can you do a 10-inch wreath form, please? I will have to get one, Miss Angela. I don't carry them normally unless it's a specific for someone. So I will definitely try to pick one up this weekend and then add that to my list. Y'all, as things come up and there's classes that y'all want to learn, or there's something that y'all want to learn how to do, just shoot me a text message. Somebody wanted to know how to do corsages and boutonnieres, so we're going to do that. And we're going to have, we've got so many fun classes next month, y'all, so lots of fun stuff coming. We are going to be considerate though with school starting, so I don't, the week of school starting, I believe for us here in Houston area, it's the week of the 17th, I think, whatever that week is. So that week I'm not going to do any classes, just so that moms can get their kids back to school. And then once we get through the first week of school, then we'll start doing classes again. That gives everybody a chance to not be stressed that they missed something that they wanted to see. So now we're going to do a red and blue. Miss Shannon saying that she couldn't teach anything. She paints, y'all. She does amazing, amazing work. She's made some of the cutest little things over the years. And she does flowers. She does all kinds of stuff. I love seeing y'all's designs. Thank you guys for entrusting me in and sharing with me y'all's talents. I love seeing people have sent me pictures of their kids doing the cloud dough over the weekend. That was super fun. We ended up having to throw ours away. I think it lasted about 4 days. We Wyatt played with it and played with it and played with it, and we ended up throwing it away. It started getting pretty crumbly. We probably could have added some more of the conditioner to it and re-softened it back up. But if you missed that class, you can go under my events, go under past events, and you can click on it and you can actually see the old events that were there, and then just hit watch video. But Shannon, I'm putting you down right now. I've had several on my phone today, so when I get them text messages on my phone, because I get so many messages during the day, I screenshot them so I can go back through and pick them out without searching for them, so that I know what everybody's needing at that time. So please, if you've not heard back from me, just send me another reminder. One lady messaged me the other day, and I did not get her message, and she needed prayer request. And so thank goodness she messaged me back. She goes, did you get my message? And I'm like, no. So added her right to the prayer list. But God already knows. God already knows. So I'm just taking them, rolling them in, squishing them together. And then I just did this one, so I'm going to skip one and then put this one down. Y'all, please, 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 too, pray for rain. The farmers, y'all, need rain. So much rain. Not like flooding, not like Noah's Ark kind of rain, but we need rain. I have to just share this with you guys. Last night, in one of the additions in Houston, they were having a wild hog issue. Okay? We see them all the time up in East Texas where our farm is. They're everywhere. It's a huge problem. They're everywhere. And they're just multiplying, multiplying, multiplying. So this addition had went and rented or had contracted a hunter to come trap them. They were everywhere. Thank you, Miss Angela. Miss Shannon, you let me know and I'll hook you up. But so these guys, the addition got together, collected all their money, and they went and hired these trappers. So the trappers were getting ready to come out, and the addition told them that they could not do it because it was against their homeowners association. So the people were out all the thousands of dollars of their landscaping that the hogs had torn up. Then they were out the money for the trappers because the homeowners association said if they came, they were going to prosecute them because they were trespassing on the land. And meanwhile, there was about 24 wild hogs tearing up everybody's landscaping every night. So the people were so mad, and so the homeowner association told them they wanted the people to put down a sprinkling system. Get this, to put down a sprinkling system that will go off at night. So they want the homeowners to put all sprinkling systems into their yards so that at night when the hogs are hunting and eating, that it will go off and scare them away. So I'm like, that has got to be the stupidest thing with the drought and all the money that everybody's losing. Then you want them to pay to have all this installed into their house. So needless to say, they were all going to get together, and I think they're going to end up fighting the homeowners association, but I just could not believe that. We have a bobcat here in our addition that has been seen numerous times. He's a big, beautiful cat. And everybody's, I mean, he doesn't bother anybody, but, I mean, you've taken away all their land, so what are they supposed to do? You know? It's sad for the little animals because they don't really have any place to go hang out. As long as they're not hurting anybody or, you know, killing animals, killing dogs and stuff. But, I mean, they keep the rats down in the neighborhood, all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to those poor little people. I feel so bad for them. Yes, Miss Chico, this is an amazing group of ladies. I do tell you that. They have been so sweet, so supportive to each other. I am very, very blessed to be able to share my time with this group. That is for sure. Because y'all, we are not in this life alone. God intends for us to fellowship with people and to be there to help with people, even if it's just to be on here for 30 minutes or to hop on and hop off or just shoot a message. You know, everybody that I know is going through something, and some stuff may not be as hard as other people's stuff, but everybody has something going on in their life. Whether it's just paying $4 or $5 a gallon for gas. I mean, it's stressful. It's affecting every family across the United States. So we are in this together. So I appreciate y'all being part of our group. So we're just continuing to work around here, adding our different ribbons and our different colors. Working around. We've almost got the outside ring done. Then we'll come back into the inside ring. And that's when you can really start seeing it come together. When you add all those other colors in where you can actually see them. Shannon, I was thinking about you the other day. I got the cutest gingerbread, a big gingerbread body that I'm going to do a gingerbread wreath. And then I got a cute little sign that says fresh baked cookies, and it's gingerbread cookies. I cannot wait to put that together. My sign hopefully will be here next week. I shouldn't have done it, but I was on my lunch hour today. I was shopping for ribbon and for mesh and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to have a lot of cool stuff come in next week, and it's going to keep me very, very busy getting all this new stuff ready and done. But I love creating new stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm missing y'all here. Hold on, I lost the feed. I know, Shannon, I cannot believe they said that. There was on the news last night. I know, Miss Debbie, I got on early. Can you believe that? I only had to go to Sam's after work tonight, so I ran in there, got what I needed, got home, got everything unloaded. I called Charlie. I said, are you okay with Sam's pizza for supper? Because that's what I'm thinking. So anytime that I do not have to cook, that makes me happy. Just because by the time I get off, I'm very tired from the day itself. So he said, sure. So I was excited. Now, I love to cook. I just sometimes don't have a lot of time when I get home and everybody's hungry. All right, so now we can start on our inside ring here. And then get this one going. Now it's going to come to life. I know. I was so excited. I'll have to show you the body. It's so cute. I even just wanted to do the body, do the wreath and then just add the sign. But I'm just going to wait till it all comes in together, and then it'll just all come to life together. I'm so excited. It's so funny because sometimes I'll watch other crafters and they'll be doing something that's like, that's what I was going to do. So I'll try to change it up so they don't think I'm trying to copy them. But I have so many different projects. Like Small Town Wreath Shop tonight was painting something. And so I was like, well, I won't do the autistic wreath tonight because I don't want to think I was copying painting. And then Reese of Joy, I think it's Reese of Joy today, was doing the gingerbread wreath. So I was like, well, my sign's not in anyway, so I'll just wait. And then so I was like, I'm just going to do this one because this is in order. I need to get it done anyway. Was able to pick up a couple more trucks, so I'm going to do those two. Got more truck wreaths to make. Cannot keep those in stock. I think I've had one actual metal truck wreath in my Etsy shop this year because I can't keep it. As soon as I post it, it sells before it ever gets to there very long, which is a good problem to have, but Miss Myra, let's see, on the live classes, usually 1.5, 2 hours. Yes, ma'am. So when we're on the actual Facebook page, I'm going to do the videos about an hour to an hour and a half. That's usually what it takes us for the to do an actual class by the time I answer questions and everything. But for the YouTube videos, I'm going to try to keep them less than an hour. That way, because a lot of people don't want to stay on very long, especially this younger generation. They just want to hop on, hop off. They said that they're more of a 3-second person. That's why that TikTok is so popular, because kids just want to hop on, hop off. You'll just see them just sit there, scroll, 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 scroll. But it's so funny because I watch this little lady. It's Cooking with Brenda Gant. She's the cutest little country lady. And I'm going to make her buttermilk biscuits. But she was saying that she said that that these young kids just don't want to stay on these days. And then she said, but you know, you can't make buttermilk biscuits in just a minute. which is true, you can't, but oops, gotta scoot this one down one. So on this layer, I'm gonna put all the polka dot, but I'm gonna alternate the red and the blue, but the 1.5 inch is all gonna be the same on this side. So whatever you need to do to get all your ribbons around, but the apples are on the outside ring. But we're still just gonna mix and match around. So for the most part, so YouTube will be 30 minutes to an hour, and then the actual classes, I allow an hour and a half. Now, one night we went almost 2 hours because everybody was asking questions. That's one of the bow classes, and I think that night was the one that there was like close to 2,000 people on. So a lot of people were responding, asking questions. So y'all, I set those times aside for you guys. So whatever y'all need during those classes, then I'm there. So if we run over, it just runs over. No big deal. Oh, Miss Vicki, I'll have to check it out. They've got a lot of cute stuff. I do those sometimes for some of the facilities or something, depending on what they're wanting. If they just want something small, you know, it just depends on what people are wanting, where I get my stuff from, my design or my signs. Some other place, y'all, that is really got cute signs right now is Deco Exchange is printing a bunch of signs. They're actually cutting them. They got some kind of a laser printer that's cutting them, and they are so cute. This is supposed to be a yellow one. See what happens when I get to talking? I get sidetracked. All right, just moving on around here. So hi, Miss Nana, welcome. No problem, Miss Shannon. That's what I do. I just stay on. Some people have to go to bed because they have to get up for work early. Some people have people come over. So we are just here, y'all, visiting, sharing. Thank you, Miss Myra, for the stars. Somebody else sent stars. Thank you guys so much. So we are just here fellowshipping. If we're on, as long as I can hang with you guys, as long as you know, some nights I have to get off because I gotta go do something else or cook or something like that. But the only thing I have to do tonight when I get off is make the firecrackers. The kids are going, Ashley is going with her boyfriend's family this weekend out of town, and so their request was the firecracker crackers. So if you've never had them, I'll post that recipe in the morning. It's super yummy, super good. They do have a little bit of kick to them, but they're super easy to make. And you just take saltine crackers, canola oil, ranch dip, red peppers, and I think that's all. And you put them in a Ziploc bag, kind of coat them a little bit with the canola oil, shake them up, shake them up, shake them up. Add your ranch dip, then come back and add your ranch dip, and then your red peppers in there. And they love them. You let them soak overnight, and they are scrumptious. They're very addicting, though, so I'm just letting y'all know that you usually can't just stop with one. So if you get to eating them, y'all don't say I didn't warn y'all. So, and I am not a spicy person whatsoever. I cannot stand spices, but they're light enough that I can even eat them. So If spices are not your thing, then the red pepper flakes, you can kind of brush them off a little bit, but with that ranch dip on there, it's so yummy. I just miscounted these cuts, so I'm just cutting a couple more ribbons here. And then we should be good. Then it's going to have this sign, School Days, on it with the yardstick, the pencils, and the little crowns on there. And then once we get our sign put on, then we'll come back and add our little green apples on there. It's going to be super, super cute. So for the most part, I've told y'all that I don't really like to hot glue things on to the pieces. But if you've got to, you just want to make sure that you're putting it on the actual ribbons, because if you put it on the mesh, sometimes it misses it. Miss Cynthia, no problem. I'm going to, when I make them tonight, I'm going to print it out and share it with y'all. So if I tell y'all a recipe, don't worry, I will post it for you guys. I've got lots of them to share with y'all. I don't think any of my kids are on here. I'm making them all a cookbook for Christmas of all the recipes. And I actually got with one of my cousins this week to get a mint recipe for my niece that's having a baby. And she sent me some recipes that are over 100 years old that were my grandmother's. I was so excited to get them. I use her peanut brittle recipe all the time. That's what I sell so much of, is her peanut brittle recipe. And I was elated to get all those recipes. They were from my Aunt Kate, which was actually one of my great grandmothers, but we called her Aunt Kate. And then was my grandmother, which would be my kids' great grandmothers. So I'm just so excited to do this for them. So y'all could get all the recipes. I've posted the puppy chow and the peach cobbler so far. So y'all, and the cracked chicken. So y'all can get those off of there. And y'all can start writing them down and keeping them for yourself too. All right, y'all, we're almost done here. It's all coming together. It's got lots of colors, lots of primary colors. Well, Miss Shannon, you sure should. That cake that you made, that I think it's the hummingbird cake or pie. Oh my gosh, that thing is so scrumptious. I know I got it for him last year, but I did not have time to finish it. So because I'm handwriting stuff, and then for my kids, I'm putting pictures of them cooking together, and my grandson for my daughter and my sons for their book. So lots of special memories. I hope it's something that they're going to treasure forever. And I'm trying to handwrite each one in each book so that they have my handwriting in them. But I didn't want to make one and then copy it, but we'll see. So hopefully I get to finish that this year. I did not know that my my mom was one of 6 sisters, and they all cooked. I mean, just cooked, because that's what my grandmother did, you know, they owned a little grocery store during the Civil War, I think, and definitely during the Depression, and they had to ration so much stuff. My grandma sewed for people using the feed bags and the flour bags from the store, and that's how she made her extra money, was by sewing for people. And she had all these recipes that I did not even know existed. But my aunts, I found out after my mom passed away, that their plan was, they all lived in Indiana, that they were all going to get together and open up a bakery, a candy shop, and each one was going to do something different. It was going to be called the Sister Six, because there were 6 girls, And I thought, how cool would that be to like do a family cookbook, even though they never got to do that, then they, you know, at least to have their cookbook. So we'll see what I can all come up with. All right, so I'm going to finish this last little tie here, and then I'm going to go back and actually add our sign on. Now, for those that y'all are new, I'm going to tell y'all some little pearls tonight to get y'all a beautiful game changer when it comes to your signs. You get these little mounts, and they're called cable mounts. You get them through Deco Exchange or through Amazon, and they're just little tabs. You Gorilla Glue them on the back of your signs, and it solves your problems from ever not having a way to attach a sign. I know that we've all had that trouble. Anybody that crafts has had that trouble at some point in time in their life, and they're different sizes. They're just little tiny cable mounts. They look like this. There's a little sticky on the back side of them, and you just peel this off, take your sign, and I'm going to attach Gorilla Glue on either end here, just a little tiny bit. Now, if you had a big sign that was like 8 by 10, something like that, you could definitely do top and bottom. And then you just attach your Gorilla Glue first, peel the little tabs off the back, just like this. It's got the little adhesive on the back. You stick it down, and then you attach it. So once that dries really good, and that's what it looks like so far. So once that dries really good, then we just take hot glue and we wrap it or border it around just to help hold that on. Now, if you hot glued these on alone, the Texas heat is not going to hold that. So keep that in mind when you're using it. I'm sure that you could use that E6000 glue too and have that as well. So just to let you know, but just make sure that it's Gorilla Glue. That's the only glue that I have found so far that does not deteriorate the adhesive on the back of these. So just to let y'all know. So what I'm going to do, you want that to pretty well dry, unless if you don't have any hot or any of the Gorilla Glue sticking out on the sides, you can border that and then just let it dry. This allows you to use a zip tie, and you can feed it through this little mount, either north or south or east or west. And you can use small ones or larger ones. It fits all different sizes through that little tiny hole there. You can see the little hole. And so we're going to let that dry real good. And then as soon as that dries enough, then we'll just attach this cute little sign right here that says school days. Then we're going to come back, and I can actually start putting in these little apples while that starts drying. So I just got these cute little apples. We're going to hot glue one side of it, open these little ribbons up, and glue it to the ribbons. I'm just going to go around the inside layer, not the outside layer. So I'm just going to take it, run some hot glue around here. Hi, Mary Jane, welcome. Taking my hot glue, putting it on there. So you want to make sure that your ribbons are kind of flared out, and then stick it right in the center. You can take your finger up behind it just to kind of give it some support. You don't want that glue to drip on your mesh. Now, if it does, it's going to leave white spots on your mesh. If it gets into the mesh and actually leaves the white spots, you may have to either replace the mesh, or most likely you'll have to replace that piece of mesh, because it leaves white clumpy on there. And then you'll see that through your actual piece. Let me make sure my glue gun is plugged in here. So I just bought a little bag of these little apples. They're so cute. I got these from Michael's. I've got some bigger red ones that I've got another little teacher sign that I'm going to use it on. The bigger red apples, and use red and black on it. And just do like an apple wreath with the teacher sign. I think that'll be super cute. So we're just gluing it on the side there and coming in and attaching it to the ribbons. So you want to make sure that your ribbons are positioned correctly so that you can glue that right into there. You don't want them twisted around or anything. And you can maneuver them how you need to get a good spot to put these little apples. Hello, Miss Camilla, welcome. Y'all, I'm going to fill my fish tank back up tomorrow or tonight so y'all don't have to listen to my fish tank. It's the water. I need to add some more water. Hi, Miss Gloria. Welcome. All right, so we got all of our little apples in. By now, our actual sign should be good and dry. I'm going to grab a couple of large zip ties here. And this is the thing I was telling you about these mounts, y'all. I love these mounts. You can run the zip tie north and south, or you can run it east and west. So there's got 4 little holes on it, so you can run them either way to attach it. Now, I do want to say this sign is very light. If you have a heavier sign, use your larger zip ties and actually go all the way to the base. If your sign is kind of light, then you can definitely just feed it through this mesh. Just get it in a good spot where you can get several layers. I usually try to get it pretty close to where they tie into it because that gives the extra support of that frame. And then you'll just twist it around and secure it good and tight. Now, I don't do it all the way down because I may need to move this over just a little bit to get it positioned correctly. Then once you get it in the right spot, once you get it all zip tied in both sides and cut off the excess, then you can come back and actually cut off what you don't need. And then fix all your ribbons. So this one, once again, can be duplicated. The only thing, I do have the actual sign and I have enough to do the apples again, but I may not have the ruler ribbon. It depends if I can get it in quick enough, depending on how fast somebody needs it. But there is another teacher wreath that I listed today on my Etsy page, or on my Facebook page and Etsy too. So you can check that one out and see if it's one that you could use if you're looking for a wreath for school. So then you just take it, pull all your stuff around, make sure everything, and I forgot one right here for the little apple, so we're going to go back and fix that. Now I'm going to tighten this side up because I do not want it hanging in the spot of this apple. So I'm going to tighten it a little bit. Coming back behind, cutting this excess off. Making sure you're not cutting your mesh. And then you can reposition everything that you need. And there you have it, other than me gluing this last little apple on here. I have this sitting on some ribbon back here, y'all, and my stand is not sitting flat tonight. So we're going to do this last little apple here. I hear Colton coming in. Hey, Colton. So I'm going to glue this in here, and then that finishes off this darling little wreath that says school days. And look how cute this is, y'all. So full, so bright, so colorful. It's going to be perfect for her. She's going to love it. So that is our finished product for this one tonight. So let me, good night, all of my YouTube friends, and I'm going to sign them off.